How Nigerian army has illegally detained 95 Igbos in Kaduna prison since 2020 NSAS protests. Report. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. The Human Rights Watch, also known as Inter-Society, said the detainees had been denied access to their families and lawyers since the abduction by the Nigerian soldiers in October and November 2020. Now the news in detail. International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law has accused the Nigerian army of unjustly detaining no fewer than 95 persons abducted from Obibu, Rivers State and Olu, Imo State in Kaduna prisons. The Human Rights Watch, also known as Inter-Society, said the detainees had been denied access to their families and lawyers since the abduction by Nigerian soldiers in October and November 2020. Inter-Society also disclosed the names of the detainees, comprising 89 males and 6 females, to include Humphrey Onyi, Kenechukwu Paul, Kasil Ude, Antonio Obi, Olechi Nwaba, Ben Akachukwu, Mebechukwu Ifeanyi, Ebube Uche, David Akudo, Nnamdi Ndidi, Francis Collins, and Ozioma Angurika. This was contained in a statement issued by Inter-Society, which was obtained by Sahara reporters on Thursday. It was titled "Fresh List of 95 Obibu and Olu residents abducted by soldiers discovered in Kaduna prisons, 257 others missing," and jointly signed by the board chair Emeka Umagbalasi, Head, Civil Liberties and Rule of Law Department, Obianuju Igboeli, ESQ, and Head, Campaign and Publicity Department, Chidinma Udebunam, ESQ. The statement read, "It is with the rudest shock and deepest dismay that the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, Inter-Society, is informing the whole world about the fresh discovery of 95 abducted Obibu and Olu residents, including 6 females and 89 males, in Kaduna prisons and lock centers. As a matter of fact, the number of unarmed and defenseless citizens abducted from Obibu and Olu, located in Rivers and Imo State, by soldiers of the Nigerian army and bundled to different secret military and policing custodies in Kaduna, is 357, out of which 95 were in October 2021 discovered in the Kaduna prisons and lock centers. The total number discovered was 100 persons, and out of same, only one whose father has links to the military had regained freedom. 4 have died, including citizen Ugochukwu, who died of asthma, leaving 95 others remaining and presently languishing in the Kaduna prisons and lock centers. The discovery of the above, full of information obtained from 3 of the victims, interviewed by some local and international human rights activists and lawyers who visited them. To date, the whereabouts of the remaining 257 others held in different parts of the state have remained unknown. Inter-Society had in its written statement raised alarm, stating that unarmed and defenseless Igbo citizens in their multiple hundred, abducted by soldiers in Obibu, were secretly being held in the northern part of the country, including FCT, Benue, Nasarawa, Niger, Kaduna, and Zamfara State, and as of date, not less than 400 have been freed and scores killed in custody. It further said, "We are therefore raising alarm that the Nigerian government and its security forces are engaging in grisly and egregious ethnic profiling and cleansing in Igbo land in particular and Old Eastern region in general. We are also deeply saddened by the silence, inaction, and lukewarm attitudes of political leaders, socio-cultural organizations, Christian and traditional institutions leaders, as well as philanthropists and educated class residing in Igbo land or outside Nigeria. We hereby call on those parents and guardians, relatives and associates who have been searching or looking for their missing loved ones since October and November 2020 in Rivers State and Obibu in particular, and Imo State, and Olu and environs in particular since February 2021, to check the list of the 93 names and unnamed 2 others and see if they are among the list, so as to find ways of getting in touch with them in the Kaduna prisons and lock centers for the purpose of securing their release through administrative or court bails. It must be pointed out that most of the 95 located victims of the army abduction discovered in Kaduna prisons, who are all of Igbo citizens of Christian faith, were discovered to have been abducted by soldiers of the Nigerian army during their genocidal invasion of Obibo areas of Rivers State in response to October 2020 countrywide NSAS protests in the state. Contrary to the provisions of the Chapter 4 or the Fundamental Human Rights Chapter of the 1999 Constitution and the country's acceded international and regional rights treaty laws, as the access to the Criminal Justice Act of 2015, soldiers of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Police Force have brazenly and arbitrarily resorted to abduction and detention of citizens using fraudulent remains warrant or orders. Sometimes the abductor arrests citizens and detain them for several months, and in the end dump them in prison without open court remands or having them arraigned in open courts. Like, this is the worst news today. I was thinking that I have heard it all when I heard the ransom, the demand for 200 million naira ransom from, that police officer, and now this. My heart is bleeding. What have these people done to deserve this kind of punishment? Have they not paid enough? During the Civil War, over 3 million people were killed of this particular race. What is going on? Have they not paid enough? How many more of their people need to die? What is going on? 95 persons, even they said one of them have died. Who even knows if it is just one person that died? Oh my goodness. Like, this is the height of it. What is these people's very crime? What is their crime? How do you get to arrest somebody, then you do not want their family members to know? What is your intention? Is that not you secretly killing them on a daily basis? My goodness. What is going on? The only crime is that they are from this particular region of a country. What is it? What is it? This is so sad. Our people scattered all over the Nigerian prison. This is worse than Nazi. At the end, there will be a victory. I just pray. Sincerely, I pray. One day the hatred towards the Igbo will end. One day those who come from Sahel to conquer Nigeria will go back to where they came from. One day, just one day, the real indigenous people of Nigeria will unite together and do the right thing. One day, every nation in Nigeria will be free. On this note, we come to the end of the news. We say